All right, thank you guys. Well, we're welcome back. This is Randall. This is Marcus. We back with We Were Athletes Once podcast. Hey, Marcus, hey, say what's up to everybody.
What's good, y'all?
Hey, man, we glad to have you, Marcus. I know it's been about 2 weeks since we've been back talking hoops. It's the holiday season, man. I know time is timing right now, but when we just glad to get together, man, talk some hoops. Let the people see our faces, man, and our insight into this league right now. It's been a lot of good basketball going on. But before we start any further, man, we gotta let y'all know we're on all platforms: Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, Apple. We are on all platforms. We were once athletes podcast. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, share our podcast. We're up and growing. 2026, man, we're gonna have some changes. So y'all be on the lookout for that, man. Just we moving on up, so just be on the lookout for that. All right, Marcus, man, we're gonna kick this episode off. As we was mentioning before we started, that the Cup Finals tonight, we can kick that off. Spurs and Knicks. We mentioned we like watching lefties. Why is that?
I think lefties, it seems like the game comes easier to lefties. I
Mm.
felt that way my entire life. Like,
Oh yeah.
I felt like it's easier for a someone who's left-handed, to learn how to use their right hands. Because I grew up with a bunch of guys who would start off left-handed, and it was easier for them to be ambidextrous rather than
Mm.
people who were right-handed learning to use their left hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed like it came a lot easier for them, like finishing at the basket, floaters. It's
No,
just pretty to watch.
they got a softer touch for sure. I agree with that. And I also think just I was the opposite. I grew up with a lot of right players, and when we guarded left players, it was always like it's. I don't know if it's our eyes or the way their feet are set up, but it is harder to guard them. Compared to guarding like a right hand player, it's different. So I agree with you, man, and that's a great statement you mentioned. Seems like they can learn the right hand layup faster than we can learn a left hand layup. I don't know what that's about, but that's a good observation there, man. Here's one for you. I ain't seen really too much of my time a lefty that's just got a broke looking shot either. Like they typically got a
No,
decent looking shot too. Like, hey,
yeah,
even play,
lefties usually have a
yeah,
pretty jump shot.
man. Even brothers that don't hoop, man, if they just go out there and shoot, it's like it don't look all crazy, but hey, man, I don't know what it is, man, but them lefties got it, man. And then if you look in the league, all the lefties that came through all the way from Harden, that was part of the reason I felt like he was hard to guard. On top of him being nice, but he's a lefty. It was tough. Manu Ginobili, tough. Brunson, big
I felt that
body.
way about Bosch, watching
Oh,
Chris Bosch
Bosh,
play
same
basketball.
way, bro, same
Bosch had
way.
a nice looking jump shot, especially for a big.
Nice, nice jump shot. Oh no, for sure, man, for sure. Zion Williamson may have the brokest as a lefty, but hey, that's another day, Zion. I ain't gonna get on you, man. You could dunk the ball. Oh man, hey man, we gonna kick this off though. So who you got tonight though? Who you got? I got man. I'm going to upset. I'm going to Spurs tonight.
I was gonna go with the Spurs.
You going with the Spurs? Hey, we on
Yeah.
it, man. It's a Wimby show, so I feel like if they all click on all cylinders, I think they'll squeak by. New York, it ain't like they're playing at home, so neutral zone. I think that'll be a disadvantage for New York. I think they're a little. I don't know. It's going to be a guard matchup. I want to see that matchup with the two guards, Brunson and Fox, and then let's see what Cat can do with Wimby. I mean, I know they'll probably have to put Robinson out there a little bit more length, but I don't know, man. The Knicks to me just don't.
Mm.
They're better when Towns runs the five, and I know he doesn't want to run the five.
Uh, Robinson a little too slow on his feet to be
I
trying to
know, I
stick with
know.
Wimby. I think your best option is to put Cat on him.
Um,
But even then, Cat don't
it's
like
up.
to bang for real.
He don't
And
don't
what
like
I've
to bang.
seen from Wimby, uh, Wimby gonna try to bang.
He gonna go down there and attack. You right, man. You right. You right. First question I got, man, for the night, man. What's the biggest storyline in the NBA right now to you?
Um, I'm torn between two, and they're on opposite ends. But the
Yes, sir.
success of OKC being like 24 and 2 or something like that, having the
Hmm.
best start since Golden State in that 15-16 season,
Yeah.
and the dysfunction with the Los Angeles Clippers and what that means for the Thunder as far as the draft picks they've gotten from the Clippers in that trade for Paul
Mm.
George.
I like that. No, no, no. I totally agree. I do think I'm gonna probably have to go with the Clippers definitely in there, man. And I know it's not necessarily like new news, but it's just I don't know, man. I think that their expectations they haven't met. Um, I really will say ever since Kawhi got there, man, like they I don't know, they just haven't got over that hump. There's been a lot of money, there's been a lot of missed basketball. It's just that organization, even with them switching ownership from the early 2000s to their low controversy with Donald Sterling all the way to now, it just has not. It's just still the same old Clippers in a way, man. So I'm just kind of I was upset with that. I really didn't like the way it didn't surprise me with the Chris Paul because Chris Paul just that's his who he is. You don't have to hoop with him to you could watch basketball and know like, hey, that's a guy that not only is he one of the top point guards, he's a guy that I want on my team, but hate playing against type players. Just because of his
Mm.
there's some antics that he plays with. And rightfully so. I feel like undersized guards like of his stature you should do those things. There are certain things and tactics I think you should be incorporating in your game, the way you approach the game, just because of you being undersized in this game and this day and age. Having some tricks in your bag, to be out there on the floor as a 6 foot guard, it actually is important, to it's hard to get out there, let alone so it don't surprise me all in all with Chris Paul, even if that's his if this was a way of him maybe getting into coaching. He seems like he's kind of has a coaching niche. I think he actually would be a good coach. Kind of has that JJ Redick personality. I was more probably. I think this is where it's hit it. I think their playoff chances were down. There's no point of him playing. And yeah, if there's rift between him and T. Lue or just rift within the organization, let's end this before it gets ugly. I do think Chris probably had an idea he was getting let go, probably just didn't know when. He probably didn't like how he got let go. But other than that, though, man, yeah, the Clippers, man, dysfunction. I think it's definitely scary if the Clippers get that top 3 pick and then somehow they get AJ. That's just going to be crazy. Um, Man, that's just gonna be crazy. I did see some. Okay, see that record that didn't surprise me. I did think they were probably the best chance of beating that record though. That Warriors record. Shoot, man, they may beat it next year. That's how good they are. No, man, I like that. I like those two. Um, do the Clippers need to blow it up?
Oh yes, I think they need to blow it up as soon as possible. You brought in Bradley Beal, and he already wasn't playing well, and then he
Yeah,
hurts his hip and he's out for the season. You bring in a Chris Paul who's on his last legs.
yeah,
Kawhi and James Harden are both 35 and older. Kawhi played half the games as is in his
yep,
20s. And I think in you don't own your pick until 2031 because you mortgaged your future on the Paul George trade because Kawhi told you bring Paul George or I'm going to sign with the Lakers.
yep.
And it has been a colossal failure. You're losing by an average of like 15 in the last 5 games. I think
Yeah.
it's time for a revamp.
I agree. Totally agree. Hey, and I'm starting with T. Lou, and T. Lou is from the crib, but you gotta go, man. Your voice is not heard in the locker room. Man, I didn't even know. Speaking of T. Lou, I didn't even know when Chris Paul was there in the first stint that T. Lou was one of the assistant coaches. Did not know
I
that.
didn't know that.
I forgot. I'm just like, oh yeah, it's too much there right now. So yeah, I'm with you, man. Blow it up. Lawrence Frank, get him out of there too. Yeah, I mean, clear house type of situation. Trade Kawhi and Zubac, see what little picks you can get back for that. I mean, that's your highest value players, and see what you can.
Honestly, I think their highest value player this season is James Harden. He been
No, he has been
available
playing.
more
He
than
been hooping.
Kawhi, and he
Yeah,
been
he been
hooping.
he has no shout out James. He actually has been hooping. No, you right on that. You ain't getting that many picks for James, but you're right. He is probably your more valuable player right now on that team. I agree with you on that. Man, we're gonna shift it, man. Which team has surprised you the most this season, and why?
The Detroit Pistons. I knew Detroit was going to be good coming into this year, especially following their turnaround last year. But I didn't see them being number one in the Eastern Conference. Um, and the maturing of Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren, like alongside each other,
Yeah,
has been like amazing to watch. Like you watch those guys go out there, and Jalen Duren is only 21. Like
man, that
it's so
dog.
crazy to watch him play basketball and think that he's on and realize he's only 21 and he's like grown into his grown man body.
Yep,
Cade and the others have full confidence in him. JB Bickerstaff has full confidence in him, and they play as a unit.
they do.
Like the next closest team in the East in record to them is New York at 18-7, and they're 21-5.
And just beat Boston the other night
Yeah,
on the
man.
road.
It's just
no,
crazy to watch.
no,
And Cade is
I'm with you.
definitely in the MVP discussion this year.
Definitely in the discussion, and totally agree with you on that, man. Totally agree, man. If I had to pick, man, I'm actually, I'm really surprised with Philly. I feel like Philly with the question marks with Embiid and Paul George to start the season off, really didn't know too much. You got Maxey, you got a rookie guard, man, sitting sixth in the East. They're what a game. They're really a game out of the top four. In the East. If Embiid, I watched a few games with Embiid back, even on that one leg, with him just out there on jumpers, man, that dude was, man, if he can give you anywhere between 15 and 20 a night when he does play, um, and play minimum defense, man, they're going to be tough. Especially having a big down there. But man, I'm just impressed with the way that Nick Nurse got them playing. Paul George is not looking like he's not the older Paul George, but he's fitting in, getting points where he can. I think leadership comes in between him and Joel Embiid for those younger guys, and just the team in general, man. You can kind of see like there's a difference between and this is just my take, but you see like a team like Philly, then you see the Bucks, and I feel like when you see, and I said that because the Bucks, there's this uncertainty over there, and that uncertainty, even though sometimes when Giannis plays, there's still uncertainty over there, so you can tell within the playing style, the way they play, and then when you got a team like the Sixers. With them beat out there or with them not out there, they're competing, they're playing, they play with what they have. I feel like Nick Nurse puts them in position to win. And I mean, you can just tell there's the coaching, man. These last couple of years has only elevated to me. I feel like coaching has had to rise, X's and O's, and really, honestly, like using the staff, using the monitors. Like it's hard as heck probably in today's time to be a head coach in the NBA, more than probably what we think. Compared to just like, hey, they're NBA, man, you just let them go out there and hoop. No, man, I think it's a lot that goes into it for sure. And just telling the difference what Doc Rivers could do with this Philly team. You reverse those coaches and put Nick Nurse over there with the Bucks, you probably could get just a different style of play. Now, I ain't taking that away from last year. Nick Nurse first year with the Sixers last year didn't look too well, but man, they're a sleeper team. If Maxey and VJ, continue to ball out in that backcourt, man, they're a tough team in that backcourt. They lock up on defense. This top six teams, minus maybe the Cavs, man, that's tough right there. The Raptors, before we switch, the Raptors are a sleeper too. Did not have them as a top three team in the East. They're playing well. They're Brandon Ingram's, looking like he's that one option. Barnes is being that two way. Quickly, was running the point. R.J. Barrett, coming off the bench. They got a good team over there. They're surprising as well. I don't think they'll go far if the playoffs started today. I think they're a first round exit team, but those two teams definitely are my surprise teams, man. Um, what team is underperforming compared to expectations?
Um, I have a handful. I got like three teams. I'm not gonna lie. Um, One is the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks
Yep.
have been god awful this year. They're 10 and
Yep.
17. AD has barely played. There's one person on their roster who shoots over 35% from three.
Yep.
They have a negative point differential. They give up basically 117 a game and score 113 a game. They are 5-5 in their last 10 and 5-12 in the Western Conference. And they're 7-9 at home and three
Mm,
and seven away.
mm, mm, mm.
Like, I didn't expect the Mavericks to be world beaters, but where they are right now, sitting underneath teams like Portland and Utah,
Yeah.
is not at all where I saw them before the year started.
Agreed, man. Totally with you on that. That's my second team. No, for my first was New Orleans. Not only are they just the worst record in basketball, or let me correct that.
The Wizards
No,
is
the
worse.
Wizards got worse, but dang it, what's one game? Oh, I guess if it makes
Actually,
it even worse, they got more losses. New Pelicans has more losses, so that's even worse. But man, they definitely are underperforming. I do feel like Willie Green lasted too long with the Pelicans. There's a lot of talent over there, veteran and young youth over there. They drafted well, so I do think their future is bright. But man, they just underperformed for me, man. With Zion in and out the lineup, coaching change, man. This record, man. Their offense is on. Their offense is what, putting up 114. They're giving up 123 points a game, so they're not playing no D. Man, it's just it's so bad over there, man. And I've said this. I may have said it last time, but it's just maybe almost time to look to get out of New Orleans in general. Like it's just over, man. Take them and the Saints are both out of there. It's just not it no more, man. But beside of relocation, man, it may be time to blow up whatever they got over there too. I think they possibly may have a little too much youth over there. It may be time to get a little bit more veteran over there. I was just looking at Norman Powell over there with the Heat, man, and how he's been balling and kind of keeping them afloat. Even if the Pelicans had a player of like somebody like that over there, I feel like they're missing, man. They don't have a shot creator that's from a perimeter standpoint. I mean, yeah, you got guys that's getting to the bucket, but they just don't have they have pieces, and I like Derek Queen. I like the potential over there, but just I didn't have them in the rebuild stage this year. I mean, I had them fighting anywhere between that 7 and 10. Um, you know, put the Mavericks, put the Mavericks and the Pelicans in that 7-10 and swap out. Honestly, I didn't have Phoenix in there, and I didn't have the Jazz in there. I thought Phoenix was going to have a down year. Just I didn't know too much about the coach. I didn't know how. I didn't really like their depth of their team, but they've been putting some wins together without Jalen Green. So no, man, I'm with you though. The Mavericks, they too to me underperformed. AD in and out the lineup. Cooper Flag has been playing all right. I think he's just playing like a rookie. He's going to have a great second year. I think them not having that point guard hurt. That's definitely hurt. Um, I think if they had a point guard, they probably shoot, man. At this point, I wouldn't even be against going to get Chris Paul. I mean, it's just somebody to help set your offense up, get you some easy buckets. But no, man, I'm with you on that. I am with you. Um, let's see here. Which player has made the biggest leap this season?
Hmm, Austin Reeves.
Ooh,
Austin
okay.
Reeves is averaging almost 30 points a game, playing us alongside Luca and LeBron. Um, And as you watch, even in how Austin acts in his and Luca's friendships,
Yeah.
you can see a lot more comfortability out there on the court, but also a lot more trust from the organization in putting the rock in his hands. Like Austin's averaging 28, 6 and 7 basically.
Mm.
Whereas last year he was averaging 25 and 6. So he's jumped in everything. Um, and it's been real nice to watch him because you see, even in games where LeBron and Luca aren't playing,
Yeah.
Austin was still able to carry the team,
Yeah.
um, which has been really cool to see. Just that maturation. Um, and this year he's shooting 50% from the field, 37% from three, 88% from the free throw line. You will take that, and it's been a
Heck yeah.
toss up at times between whose night is it? Like we know Luca's one, but if he's
Right.
off, like Austin got it.
And they let him cook too.
Yeah.
They let him cook. That's a good. No, no, no. That I like that one. I like that. I had a couple. I like the Reeves one, and I got two more, man. And my second one is and I'll pronounce his name wrong. Deny Avdija from Portland. He's been
Oh,
balling.
Denny Avdia.
Denny Avdia, man. Not only is he balls in 2K, but man, that dude he's been hooping this year. Like, man, he was under the radar. Like anybody wouldn't think about him. Portland, man, they ran the offense through him. He's averaging 25, man. So I'm just like, man, like, and I feel like, man, to get Portland is what I just looked at. They were what 10th or ninth in the West right now, or 11th, and they're a little bit out of the play-in. So for them to even without their head coach, man, they've definitely been floating above water. Beat the Warriors the other night. So and they got the Warriors number, but that's another discussion. And then, man, I'm gonna throw in Jalen Brown, and the reason why is just because I feel like this year, of course, we looked at him to take that number one leap. While Tatum's out, just being that leader, and I feel like Jalen Brown has done all of that. Right now he's averaging. It looks like right now he's about 29, 29.3 points a game. He's averaging He's averaging six. No, he's averaging 5 assists. So that could go up a little bit, but just that was something I actually thought it'd be higher, honestly. That's why I feel like they've actually been able to be top four team in the East. That's why I feel like they really aren't missing I mean, they're missing a beat, but they're right there because he's trusting his teammates. He is moving the ball. He's not playing just hero ball. He's not feeling like he has to do it all. And you already know, teammates, they kind of thrive off of that, especially if one of their top players on the team has trust in them. I feel like that goes a long way, and those role players, guys of that nature, really step up. So Jalen Brown being that 1A, showing that he can be a 1A. And I think this is only going to help his game once Tatum gets back, and when the defense shifts on Tatum and he's left open. I mean, and like they always play, but I just think there'll even be a more understanding once Tatum gets back. Just to have that dynamic work again and probably work better than what it was before Tatum went down. This was probably a blessing in disguise for a player like Jalen Brown, for himself, for his confidence, where a lot of people do say Tatum's the one option. And let's say he is the one option, that's okay. But just for a confidence knowing like, hey, I can be that guy too. I think that's a good feeling. So shout out to Jalen Brown for holding them Celtics up. I don't hope he holds them up too long, but I didn't think they were. I thought I had them as a bottom team in the East this year, with not only Tatum, but they lost some pieces. And man, they're playing all right, man. Joe Mazzulla's got them boys playing. Um, One thing I did notice while watching them this year, man, they're shooting a little less threes. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I mean it may be working. They're getting more maybe to the free throw line and more twos. But I know that has to do a little bit more with Tatum being out of there. We know Jalen Brown's more of a mid range, get to the bucket, compared to just a spot up and get off threes. But so yeah, man. I like your Reeves assessment. I like that. You're right, man. Like I like the fact that they let Reeves get soft. Like, there's no Luca or when Brian got there, they didn't like. It's almost like Reeves. We need you to keep doing what you're doing, man. Like that, we need you to go to work. So, no, man. One thing though about Reeves is he's been a little shaky on his injuries, man. I don't know, man. I'm like, when did he get hurt? I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, he's
So,
out with a calf strain right now.
oh my gosh, man. He need to hit the. The thing that bugs me about him, he's so cold though, but he's like, though, it don't look like he lift no weights. I just be like, man, he ain't got no muscle definition, but he nice. He is nice. Got like a Joker body in a way, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Um, which star player is under the most pressure right now?
Mm, mm, I don't know. That's a tough one. Um, the closest I would probably say to it. I don't know if it depends on if you still consider him a star, but Ja
Ooh, okay.
and yeah, I would probably say Ja. I don't think there's another star who's really underneath a lot of pressure this season. Um, I feel like everybody else is actually Donovan Mitchell. He's
Mm,
been with the Cavs a few years now. The Cavs haven't been past the second round. They're currently seventh in the East. Only 3 games above 500, and they're what 4-6 in their last 10 games.
yeah, yeah.
Especially with the Cavs having the number one record in the East last year and contending with the Thunder for the number one record in basketball,
Hmm.
and then you get eliminated by the Pacers in the second round, and now you come back and you're 15-12.
No, I actually like that one, man.
Higher expectations.
Higher expectation. Yep, that's what I was going to say. I'm with you on the Donovan Mitchell, and it's been like that everywhere he goes. Like this whole regular season, I mean, he did it in Utah, and it's just I don't know, man. I don't know if there's and he just may be one of those guys that falls under that category when it comes to his career. But this team is too loaded for it to be like that. I've even seen reports of them looking to trade Garland, and it's just like, why? And then I thought about it, probably because Donovan Mitchell does have the ball probably in his hands. He needs the ball in his hands a little
Hmm.
bit, just like Garland does too. But no, I'm with you on that, man. With him, Garland, Mitchell, Mobley, the money they spend on the bench, even DeAndre Hunter and Max Strauss and those boys, like, no, I'm with you. I'm looking like Donovan. We got you out of Utah to put you in a better position to win. You got all this and this whole first and second round exit. I mean, goodness, y'all boys almost got. I thought they almost got. Didn't they get swept last year? Maybe won one
No,
game.
they won 1 game.
One game. Like, come on, man. So no, hey, I'm with you, Donovan Mitchell. You gonna have to get it together, brother. Like, I know you, Grand Mario Coco or yeah, hey,
Yeah,
get it
Coco
to
Jones.
get it together, though, man. Get it together, man. We
Yeah.
need you.
It took
Uh,
48 points from Donovan Mitchell, shooting 17 of 31, for them to win against the Wizards by four
Come,
points.
I seen that, and they were losing. he had, and they were losing for that brother to come back. Like, yeah, no, 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 I'm with you, man. I am with you, man. That's terrible. Come on, Donovan, we need you, man. Um, let me see here. What coach deserves more credit than they get?
JB Bickerstaff, him, um, and Joe Mazzulla. I just think it's understated, like how well JB has this, like how well the Pistons have played the last 2 years,
Yeah,
with JB as the coach, getting better each and every year in all facets of the game. Like
yeah,
the Pistons are 11-2 at home, 9-3 on the road. They're 16-5 versus the East. Um, they're 7-3 in their last 10 games. Like they're so well coached. Um, and they don't beat themselves.
yeah.
Like the Pistons don't make a lot of mental errors. which is usually you can tell if a team has like good coaching by the amount of mental errors they're making. It's the same in
Yep.
football, like when a lineman is jumping, or someone's offsides, or they're
Hmm.
not aligned correctly. Like that's coaching. Coaching got to correct that. But I think the same could be said for the Boston Celtics because they're playing
Yeah.
as a unit.
Yep.
They're playing collectively. Like they allow the least amount of points of any team in the East at 110.8. They're 7-3 in their last 10 as well. They're 8-5 at home, 7-6 on the road. And Joe Missoula has them one game out of the third seed in the East when we all expected them to fall off when Jason Tatum
Heck
tore his
yeah.
Achilles.
Yep. Yep. I was one of them. I was one. No, no, no. You right, man. Man, I got two of them, man. I got Will Hardy with the Jazz. I like his style, man. I like his energy. I like that he gets on them players and talks the way he does. And I think when you're a guy that's 37 years old and you know your team is probably the oldest, maybe 30 years old, you got to just, you know how to talk to him. You know what gets them going. You're more relatable and personable with them. And I've seen some clips go around of just how, yeah, he may be chewing them out, but it's like, man, that's what like in order to change this program and this culture around. Like there does have to be some constructive criticism. There does have to be coaching, even though these guys are making millions of dollars. But it's just like, I mean, break it down black and white. It's like you guys are playing this trash. You guys are gonna get me fired. And some of the stuff is just effort based. I feel like, well, especially when it comes to some of these lower level teams. But you know, the teams like the Jazz, the Trailblazers, um, those two that just come to mind. It's
Mitch
effort.
Johnson is another one.
Oh no, yeah. Oh, Spurs. Oh yeah, can't forget him. Can't forget him. Can't forget him. Second year coach too, man. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's been doing his thing, man. He's definitely been doing his thing. And we can't forget Mark Denal. Like, I mean, you know, he's a champ. And
Yeah.
he always, whoever's out there, he puts them in position, man. They lock up on defense. Like he's another one of those coach. I feel like if he gets a little sense that the team is just not bringing it, or you know, no effort tonight. Like he's not afraid to like really ring him in, you know, let them know in that huddle, like, come on, you know, letting them get them fired up, man. So those type of, and I'm not saying the coaches don't do that, but it lets you know who has the voice in the locker room and who doesn't when that type of coaching comes about. So yeah, man, there are a few coaches out there, man, that aren't, you know, they get enough credit, but man, definitely have need their flyers this so far this season. That's for sure, man. Um, if the finals started today, who's your finals matchup?
Pistons, Thunder.
Pistons Thunder. If I had to say, I'm gonna go. I'll go Knicks Thunder, and I'll pick the Thunder to win. I got the Thunder repeating in general. I do think the Spurs and the Nuggets can give them a run for their money. Those are probably the two teams. Houston's the dark horse to get them out. But yeah, there's just a handful of teams that can beat the Thunder in 7 games or four if you want to, you know, first to four. But no, I like that. I like that. I like that Pistons. The Pistons will beat themselves if they don't make it. Like I'm not saying they can't make it, but I feel like if they don't make it, it's because they beat themselves. If that's technical fouls with beef stew, or if that's ejections, or you know things like that. Like that's the way I see them maybe getting off the rocker a little bit. But I mean, no, they're definitely that sleeper team that I feel like you know that can get out the East aside from a Boston or New York. Um, I
Yeah,
definitely have
I'd
them. I
definitely
have
love
them.
to.
Yeah,
I'd
I got
love
them
to see
above the
that
Magic.
matchup.
Me too.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. That matchup is you know, that matchup is a lot better. If you think about it, it'd be physical. No, no, no. And that's the way you're gonna beat the Thunder is if you got some bodies down there for Hartenstein
Yeah,
and
guys who ready to bang, and
ready to
that's
bang.
exactly what Detroit brings. I think the Pistons this year just they embody Detroit.
Yep.
Um, and I
Yep.
think whereas last year you have the Pacers playing the Thunder, and it's a lot of like I know people say this a lot, but it's a lot of like power of friendship basketball where
Heck
you get a
yeah.
turn, you get a turn, you get a turn.
Yep.
Where now it's like you roll into Detroit and they ready to bang with you.
They ready to bang, boy. No, they is. They definitely got that culture. Starts from the top too. That coach, I feel like, kind of implemented that. He lets those players be themselves, and that's cool right there, man. I think players respect that, and they play harder for coaches like that. So no, man, I'm with you on that. Um, let's see here. Who's a dark horse team that no one wants to face aside from the Pistons?
In either conference,
Uh,
or
let's do both. Who's a team in the West that nobody wants to face?
I don't think anybody want to see San Antonio. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
Like
I'm
that
with
might
you.
be an obvious one, but I genuinely think there's no team in the conference like you want to hold off seeing in San Antonio as long as you can
Yeah,
because Wimby gets better and better each time I see him,
me too.
and you like Stefan Castle and Devin Vassell at the guard positions, and then you got De'Aaron Fox still. You got Harrison Barnes
Yeah,
playing that veteran role, and they play cohesively as a unit. And you see they feed off of Wimby's
they
energy,
do. They
especially
do.
when he get fired up. And you want that team to march in your building in the first and second round, or you have to go to San Antonio. No, you don't want to
Nah,
see that team too
yeah, I
early.
don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. You know what? What I'll do is we'll stick with that team as the West, and my team in the East that sleeper is the Heat. You just can't sleep on the Heat. You can't sleep on Spoelstra. You can't sleep on just the way they play. Like they kind of come off to me like they got a vibe of like you remember just anytime you like you okay you just said the Spurs, but prior to Wimby coming there, anytime you say you playing the Spurs, it didn't matter who was out there. If they were coached by Greg Popovich, you'd be like, you gotta watch the Spurs though, man. Like they just play a style of basketball. They coached well. And I feel like the Heat kind of have that type of DNA as well. Like you're gonna have to bring it to even that's a team that don't play necessarily good at home. So they're another team that I'm scared of. Like if they play on the road, they probably play a little better. But yeah, man, I just feel like that's a team. They've been winning without Tyler Hero. They've been letting Norman go crazy. Bam's actually out, and they've still been, they still been winning. They're ninth in the East. They're only they're tied. Really, I mean that's so close right there. They're really a game out of the sixth spot right there, man. They're just one loss out of
Yeah,
that sixth spot. And I didn't have them. I didn't even man. I didn't have them nowhere near this. So that's just a team that I feel like, man. Yeah, you just gotta be ready to play because they can definitely sneak one past you. So you just can't 10-4 in the last 14 games. So man, they've definitely been no, I said that wrong. I said that wrong. That's 10-4 at home. Let me make sure I said that right. 10-4 at home, 4-8 on the
yeah, they're
way.
10 and
Dang,
4 at
I
home.
said that wrong. Okay, yeah. So yeah, man, I just sleeper team for sure, sleeper. They've been locking up. You see right there, man. They're putting up points, but they're only holding teams to 117. So dang, they're on a 5 game win streak. Why did I feel like them 5 games went by quick, man? They was just rolling. Man, but regardless, man, that's a team that's if they're right there, if they're a team in that in that play-in team, yeah, I'm watching you. Even when Jimmy was playing there, man, they just slide in there and get that little eighth seed or seventh seed, and do their thing, man. So no, man, I like your pick though, man. I like that Spurs pick. You definitely can't sleep on them this year. That's for darn sure, man. Um, let's see here. Man, if you could add one player to your favorite team, who would it be? We'll do it twice. Old time, back in the day and right now. So let's start with back in the day.
If I could add any player from back in the day to, I mean, my favorite team right now is the Lakers. So if I could
Yep.
add any player from back in the day to the Lakers right now, I probably have to say a prime Ray Allen. Um,
Mm.
I think a prime Ray Allen. Not only was Ray athletic when he was young, but he was also still a great shooter. and
Yeah.
you add that alongside Luca, LeBron, and Reeves, and then Ray is flying off screens, like he's constantly moving. So that's
Right.
gravity, all eyes on Ray. But then you think about Luca bringing the ball up. If you too worried about Ray, you letting Luca go one on one with somebody. But then if you're trying to get the ball out of Luca's hands, Ray may be in a different spot. You done lost track of him. That's a
Then
three.
lost him. Ooh wee. No, you right. You right.
Another
What?
one I would say is Bosch. Bosch was a big that was a walking double double. Could
Yep.
stretch the floor, shoot the three. He was an athletic big, standing like 6'11", 7 foot.
Yep.
Bosch wasn't a slouch on defense, so you add him to the front court with DeAndre Ayton now. But since he can shoot the three ball, you can get him out there. Bosch was actually pretty good on the perimeter.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and that pick and roll between you add another lob threat too, because now you can
Yes.
have a Luca Bosch pick and roll, a AR Bosch pick and
Mm,
roll, a
mm,
Bron Bosch pick and roll. And these are
mm.
all guys who have high IQ and they
Yep.
know exactly where to get Bosch the ball.
Where to get it to him, make him effective. Yep. 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 What about So you got two. Okay. 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 Uh. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Lakers, of course. I'm gonna do two. I would probably, and I like how you chose because you chose who would like fit to your team today, and I like that. That's where I'm thinking of too. Like if I needed a player to plug in today, man, I'm taking Clippers DeAndre Jordan, swap him over there at my five. I just like his athleticism, his lob threat. With a Luca a lot better than DeAndre Ayton. Um, he's more healthier for sure too. Like he didn't DeAndre Jordan. He was healthy. I don't feel like he missed a lot of games in that Clipper run. He was,
I don't think so.
I don't think he's suffered with injuries like that. So I like that type of big. The only thing I don't like about those type of bigs right now is because of LeBron James, but because I feel like if LeBron is a better shooter nowadays, but I always felt like he never played good with centers that didn't know how to step out or that it wasn't their game because they clogged up the lane. And then that's where he gets his money at is, a lot of the times in the lane. So now you got a big down there that's just, waiting for LeBron to come to the lane. But beside DeAndre or Jordan, man, I'm looking at the small forward position. I feel like we kind of missing that Rui and that area right there it is a little shaky. But if I'm gonna go like just right there, what the Lakers have not had to me, give me Memphis Rudy Gay. Like give me an
Mm.
athletic wing that can get you 20 off the perimeter, but also get his shot off and dunk on you too if need be. Um, and he can slide down and play the four if you want to go play small. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go those two. I'm gonna go those two for right now for the Lakers. That would I would like to see for sure. Um, what's one rule change you'd like to see in the NBA?
Mm, I'll say adding a 4 point line. I
Oh,
feel like
that's a good
that would be
one.
fun.
Oh,
Uh,
that's a good one.
and you would see who really like try something. Like I know you'll probably see Steph do it. Dame, whenever he gets back, you'll probably see him pull for that far. But I think basketball will go through another shift if a 4 point line was added.
Yeah,
Um, and twos, unless wide open, will virtually become irrelevant because now the three would become a mid-range jump shot
facts.
and the 4 point line would become the new 3 point line.
Yep, totally agree with
So
that.
yeah,
Totally agree with that.
but
I like that. No, no, no.
because of
I
that
like
though,
that.
you'll see a lot more fouls on jump shots.
For sure. And you see a lot of just players that they shouldn't be shooting. Um, and we kind of get a dose of that today's time. But no, That's a good one, man. I think I'm gonna leave it at that one too. I like that one right there. I do like that. Um, Man, let's see here. Without without that right now, man, we got the Spurs and the Knicks tonight. That's it. I think that's who plays tomorrow. Is that that's the only game tonight?
Yeah,
Um
because it's the cup final.
it's that cup final. Then they start back up the games, start back up tomorrow. They had a nice little break. Thursdays when them games start going, I see that's when they start going. Um man, that's really all I got right now, man. I know it's holiday time. We got a lot to do. We got family. We busy right now this time of the year, but it's always good because we get to watch sports and watch that football and that basketball, man. But most importantly, man, uh just these games, man, and being able to watch some good basketball. That's what I'm enjoying this season is good basketball. Competitive basketball. That's all I can ask for is this teams that's getting after it, man, playing defense. It does look like the NBA's kind of let up on the physical side a little bit. It doesn't seem as touchy as it kind of was in the years past. It's still there, but it does kind of come off. You're letting the teams play. That was one of the reasons why I know I like the Cup because it seemed like the intensity went up a little bit. They let them play a little bit, kind of like that playoff feel. So man, that's gonna be an exciting game tonight, man. We got the Spurs tonight. Man, Marcus, anything else, man? You wanna touch base on, man? Anything I missed, or you wanted to, bring to my attention with the NBA, man? What's going on?
Oh, the second part of that question, adding somebody from current day, Amen
Ooh,
Thompson.
forgot that. Okay,
Add Amen Thompson to the Lakers.
Adam Thompson.
Athletic, athletic
Ooh,
defender, athletic wing. You put him under the tutelage of Luca and LeBron. People who worked hard at their jump shot and become better shooters over their career. I think Amen develops that jump shot, but then that's also a guy who can go guard the other team's number one, and it doesn't put as much
ooh,
stress on the Lakers defense. So then the Lakers become a better help team
that's a
because
fact.
you have a good guy who can spearhead the defense.
Ooh, man, that's a good one. Man, that's a good one, boy. Oh, forgot about that dude. Current. Um, man, I'm gonna current player right now, man. I'm a swap. I'm gonna bring James Harden over to LA and bring him off the bench for Luca. I feel like the Lakers lack scoring off the bench to me. I mean, they got that type of offense where the ball moves, but there's not a 6 man of the year player over there type of player to me. And as in the playoffs, it's going to come down to who gets buckets. And I know and the Lakers have defensive guys, to make up for something like a James Harden. But if they could get a score to kind of back up Luca, that'll definitely help Slash. You even got to prepare if Luca if there's injuries that happen, things of that nature. I wanna have somewhat. If I gotta have a knockoff Luca, I'll take that. I'll take a 3-way point, that can score off the dribble, shoot the three, and get his teammates involved. So no, man, I'd probably look at scoring off the bench for the Lakers, and I'm going James Harden off the bench at this day and age in his career. What's going on with the Clippers? He ain't got to go too far. Just switch the locker rooms. Oh no, I forgot. They
Yeah,
into
they got
their
a
own.
building.
They in their own building. Into it. My fault. Clips. My fault. Anybody worry about y'all? Our fault, man. That's right. That's right. But no, man, that's a good one, man. Good reminder on that. No, man, that's all she wrote tonight, man. We gonna wrap it up this episode, man. We appreciate y'all watching. Like I mentioned earlier, man, we got some bright things ahead of us into 2026. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Y'all gonna see me and Marcus again before the year is up. That's a for sure. So y'all be on the lookout again. We are at all platforms: Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're out there. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and share. If y'all got any ideas, suggestions with the content, please drop it below. Marcus, pleasure meeting up with you, man. Talking hoops, man. Hope you enjoy the game tonight, man. I'll holler at you later, people.
All right, bro.